but they're a far different team this year than they were last year.
Oh yes, much better.
You guys are a different team too.
They're very competitive right now, and I mean they're 4-1 in the league. And really, if you're neutral, you've got to say after watching it they should have beaten Cal. So they're a very good team.
What is your running back situation going, and who's going to get the bulk of the carries this week?
You know, Tobias is our starter. The other guy, though, is going to get a lot of work. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if they split the work. And Tobias needed the rest last week, but certainly, you know, if I were him after Saturday, I would have been in the training room early, getting back and getting ready. You know, Harvey just brings an attitude when he runs. And that's what you love so much about him. And particularly when ball control and running the football are so important to us with a young quarterback. You look at him, he has very few minus runs. He just doesn't now. Tobias, on the other hand, has had a lot more minus runs. Now he has the top end runs as well. But Harvey's not going to, if there's any doubt, he's coming at you. And so it's fun to watch both of them. And he finally proved that he could carry it 30 times, which is another thing that we did not know.
Are you concerned about fumbles with him?
Haven't been. In fact, that's the first time I ever remember him fumbling. No, Jovan Martinez, I've got real concerns with, and he's aware of that. He was the first one to let me know that the ground caused that fumble. It wasn't really a fumble.
Is that why he wasn't in for the goal line and Cutlip scored?
Is that why what?
Why Jovan didn't get
well, we took him off the kickoff return because of that. He hasn't gotten as many reps in practice, or I told him that he might not touch the ball for a long, long time. So this was the first time he's had a chance in weeks to carry the ball again. But Jovan's got he gained 60 yards in 2 carries. I mean, he's got some ability. If he's our third tailback, I feel really good about it, except for him protecting the ball. And so it took us to be up by a large margin to give him an opportunity.
I just kind of feel bad, though, that he did all the work to get all the way down the goal line.
Actually, I was trying to get Jeff Campbell to score.
Right.
Yeah. And I suggested the quarterback, they call it a fullback wedge. I suggested the quarterback wedge, and they vetoed me on it. And then I told Jeff afterwards, I told him this week we were beating Iowa, I think, 42-3, and we were close to the goal line, and we had our 4th quarterback in, Jeff Schwarzentraub, and we called a quarterback kneel. We just didn't want to score, and he changed it to quarterback sneak and scored. And so he came off the field and said, "Coach, I don't know what the penalty is, but I'll take it." And that was his only touchdown that he scored in his career.
Did you penalize him?
No. No, but the fans were throwing things from the stands at us.
Oh, it was a road game.
Oh yeah, it was at Iowa. Yeah.
There's still time for Jeff, though.
Still time. Yeah.
You're not anticipating being up by 45 against Clarion this week, though.
I didn't know we could score 45 against anybody, and so that was kind of neat to see, and who knows what'll happen the rest of the way. That's why it's kind of fun now to see how it unfolds and progresses.
How's Henderson?
Andre, when I asked him this week, you know, I would be surprised if we'll see him this season. It'd be a wonderful surprise if we got him. Joe Tonga has a chance this week, which last week they told us it would be 3 to 4 weeks he would be out. But he worked out yesterday in helmet today he's allowed to do individual work, so I'm guardedly optimistic. That would be a real positive force if we could get him back.
Does Henderson need surgery at some point, do you think?
No, I don't think so. I think it's just nerve damage, and nerves are slow to heal. I think it's just time.
He's reached the cutoff point for a red shirt, probably.
Yes. I'm pretty sure of that. It was Mercyhurst.
For Andrew to get one, would you need a doctor to say?
It would have to be a appeal, and we'd have to have a doctor say that it was misdiagnosed.
How long does the process take for the appeal and the
I
whole
don't know. I really don't.
Have you ever done that before?
No, haven't. But Fran's the one who's very familiar with the process.
Carlos Jeter's one of the better stories on this team, it seems.
Mm-hmm.
How far has he come?
Well, you know, when I accepted him back, he was about 180 pounds and really weak. And I shouldn't say I never threw him off. I mean, he had to leave for personal reasons. But we just knew he was a very good special teams player. And right now I think he has more special teams plays than anybody on our team by a pretty significant margin. He plays on almost every unit. The fears for Carlos were finding where he physically was strong enough to play. And so in the spring when he came out, he was really behind. Over the summer he gained probably 15 pounds. He got a lot stronger. And so, you know, we've been able to work him in. And against some offenses, he is really dynamic. He's a good pass rusher. He's hard to reach. He's hard to cut off. You know, he's not fit as much for power football, if you were seeing a lot of that. But you know, fortunately, in today's football, there's not as much of that as there's been in the past. So, no, he's really been a great story.
He start this week? Will you stay with that same
Yes.
formation?
So right now we'll have G and G on the edges, and George and Carl on the side.